We are back at it. It is Thursday, September 26th. Which camera am I looking at? That one? We'll go with that one. I am Dan Kuntz, your host. Welcome to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is a lot cooler today than it was yesterday at this time. The cold air came in yesterday, of course. Yesterday, when we started the show, it was 58. It's 49 right now, which is actually normal, but it's been so warm. We hit 84 yesterday, almost a record high. It's been a very warm month. 21 of the 25 days so far that have come and gone in the month of September have been warmer than normal. That changes today. We're back down to cooler temperature. The cold front came in, cooled off the air. It's going to be quite comfortable, but those overnight lows are now going to get a little on the cooler side. Shorter days, of course. Weather forecast is coming up. There's not a lot of weather to talk about. Pretty quiet in Mother Nature's world. We'll get to that. We'll get to the news. We'll get to sports. Mariners won. Thanks, Houston. They committed 5 errors. That also helps. Houston won. Mariners won. They beat Houston. They're still alive for the playoffs. They absolutely have to sweep all 3 games from Oakland beginning tomorrow to have a shot. And they also need the Royals and the Tigers to lose. We'll get all of that out of the way. In case you missed it, we're going to redo the interview I did with Bonnie Orr and Samantha Segaline. Bonnie, of course, is the master gardener, talking about autumn yard tips and houseplant tips and everything you need to know to get ready for the cooler temperatures of autumn. And Samantha is the person who runs Omi Gardens. We thought, hey, while we're up there at Omi Gardens taping, why don't we get Samantha on? And we did that as well. And, of course, it's Thursday Pause for Pets. Joy the dog needs a home. 2 minutes after the hour, we begin our tour around the valley with our Valley View cameras. And I don't know what cameras we're looking at or whatever, so Josiah's going to have to tell me. And we're looking at that. I honestly don't know. I don't have the monitors not showing me what cameras we're looking at, so we'll just slide past that one. I'm assuming it's the Wenatchee Heights camera, camera 2. You'll just have to guess yourself because, again, I can't tell what camera we're looking at right now. Lake Wenatchee, I'm told. There you go. Thank you very much, Josiah, the Lake Wenatchee camera. Camera number 3, courtesy of Local-Tel Sky-Fi Division, is Slide Ridge. Oh, we haven't used that one for a while. High above the north shore or south shore of Lake Chelan, looking out towards Manson, I'm assuming. That's way the heck up there. Of course, Slide Ridge has a name, Slide Ridge, because a lot of it would slide into the lake. They've taken care of that over the years. It still slides into the lake, but it doesn't close the road anymore. And camera 4, Wahatus, all the way back down to Royal City. Again, they did have some significant blowing dust, by the way, yesterday in many viewing locations, but that big strong wind event never really happened here in the Wenatchee Valley. In fact, our high yesterday at 84 degrees happened before noon. At 11:53, we got up to 84, then it cooled down as the day progresses. A couple of slides for the National Weather Service to show to you from the Climate Prediction Center. They do this every Wednesday, so we spit them out on Thursdays. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Looking for the first full week in October, which, by the way, is next week. As you can see, about normal. Temperatures are going to be about normal. Lower 70s is our normal high this time of the year, and that's about what we're going to be temperature-wise. As far as the 6 to 10 day precipitation is concerned, pretty much the same deal. Normal. This is normally when we get into kind of the rainy season. We don't really have a rainy season, but if we ever do, it's kind of in October, November, and we need the rain. As you know, we're in a drought for the second year in a row, third year in a row, actually, but it just looks like we're just going to have normal precipitation, which I don't think is going to be much. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Your forecast. After a high of 84 yesterday, back down to about normal, 74 for the afternoon high, but lots of sunshine. Just a couple of high clouds tonight, 53 for the overnight low, 76 on Friday, so a little bit warmer. Warmest of the forecast period is going to be Saturday. Very nice. Lots of sunshine. Up to about 77 degrees. Then another cold front comes in on Sunday. We'll be lucky to get to 70, and we probably won't on Sunday and Monday as another cold front comes in, and then more high pressure. We'll bump back up to the mid-70s on Tuesday and then cool back down to 69 on Wednesday. Keep in mind that October is almost here. Like, what is it, next Tuesday is October. Years flying by. We're going to take a break at 5 minutes after the hour and come back with the news. You're watching a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCW Life app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCW Life app now.
Enjoy the sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa. Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for this summer. Call today to schedule a free consultation for a custom San Juan fiberglass pool. And let the experts at Blue Lagoon handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your boring backyard into vacation paradise this summer with industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Do you hate getting called by Medicare telemarketers? Well, this October, your phone is going to be ringing off the hook because we will be experiencing a huge Medicare change. Now, for the last 20 years, Springwater Insurance has been helping those of you on Medicare. So just say no to those telemarketers by not answering their ads. Instead, call a local agent like Springwater Insurance who's been helping for 20 years. So give us a call at Springwater. We can meet at one of our 5 offices or give us a call.
It's a bit chilly, 49 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley, lower 70s, lots of sunshine, just a couple of passing clouds. That cold front that came in yesterday really cooled down the air, and we're going to stay right about normal with lots of sunshine. It's going to be a very pleasant autumn weekend on the way. 7 minutes after the hour, some Cascade Christian Academy students are going to be learning remotely for the rest of this week due to a, quote, significant increase, end quote, in sick students and staff. CCA Principal Stephanie Gates told us there are currently 42 individuals who are sick with either COVID-19 or other illnesses. Gates said in an email that the number is fluctuating daily as more families either report illnesses while others recover. The switch to remote learning affects the 5th through 12th grade students, and Gates said while it is not an ideal situation, the administration wanted to prioritize the health of students and the faculty. The school plans to return to full in-person instruction come Monday. The man accused of firing gunshots outside of a concert venue near Leavenworth is now sought on a warrant because he didn't go to court when he was supposed to. 60-year-old Brian Wayne Williams of Wenatchee did not appear for his scheduled arraignment Tuesday in Chelan County District Court. He's charged with 5 misdemeanors for allegedly firing 3 shots from a rifle into the air outside the Sleeping Lady Mountain Resort back on July 27th after he was ejected for trying to join a band playing on the outdoor stage. Nobody was injured. Williams was arrested by Chelan County Sheriff's deputies shortly thereafter. Judge Alan Blackman approved the warrant asking police to bring Williams in for his court appearance. The union representing Wenatchee School District maintenance and operation employees filled the district boardroom on Tuesday night. The support rally comes during contract negotiations in which the support staff are asking the district for higher wages and better working conditions. Jake Quilter has been a Wenatchee School District employee for the last 25 years. He's also the union's chapter president, and he spoke at the meeting to explain the frustrations of the staff.
We are indeed in a financial crisis. I don't just mean a school district. I mean the employees who work day in, day out, not just 8 hours a day, but often 10 to 12 hours, just to cover the basic functions of emptying trash, sanitizing restrooms, trash and dash. Driving school buses on top of an already heavy workload to maintain them at a safe and level of operation, and keeping the buildings with antiquated mechanical systems running. Less students, less staff, and the same acreage of grass to mow, same square footage of buildings to clean. How has the board become so out of touch with the way its key employees are being treated? The financial crisis I'm referring to is a personal financial crisis of each blue-collar employee that they're experiencing in this district due to the suppressed wages and increased workloads.
Quilter told us after the meeting the contract negotiations began in August. Communications Director for the school district, Diana Haglund, said the district is committed to collaborating with union groups for a, quote, mutually beneficial outcome, end quote, through the negotiation process. The Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority wants tenants for their new trades district up at Pangbourne Memorial Business Park. The trades district is a collection of structures designed to act as incubator spaces for budding local businesses. There are 12 incubator spaces available when phase 1 of the construction is completed. That'll be in the spring of next year. The port says the ideal tenant would be somebody like, say, production shops, workshop spaces, specialty trade businesses, and shops with limited retail. Interested entrepreneurs are encouraged to contact the Economic Development Specialist for the port. That's Brooke Lambert, to be notified when applications are officially opened. 11 attendees of a Wenatchee Public Library event tried their hands at crafting their own beaded fringe earrings. This happened Tuesday night. Beaded earrings are an intricate indigenous art form. In indigenous culture, beads also appear on items like moccasins and other regalia. NCW Life learned a little more about how art can connect people to their cultural heritage.
The library is kind of a special place for me and my kiddos. We go to the library quite often. During the summer, we're here probably at least like 1 to 2 times a week. It's just such a welcoming, safe kind of feeling being here, and I think it's a good way to like give back to the library as well as the community. Because of what I do for work, making jewelry full time, I've been kind of trying to get out of doing like markets as much, and doing things like this, workshops and different types of cultural education has been really nice. I really enjoy sharing knowledge with people. So when I was asked if this was something that I'd be interested in doing, I was like, absolutely, yes, that would be lots of fun to do. So sitting around for an evening and doing arts and crafts with people, I mean, it's fun stuff. This evening, we're just going to be learning how to do a simple pair of beaded fringe earrings. I'm not going to be doing any type of designs really. Everybody is going to be receiving a curated kit that I have put together for them with some pretty gorgeous colors that I picked out. So the ones that we're using this evening are mostly teal colors with some cream. And I had actually taught a class through Indigenous Roots and Reparation Foundation for our annual Huckleberry Campout a couple weeks ago, and the colors that we used then were all Huckleberry themed. So that was a lot of fun. And this isn't the first class that I've taught before. I've been doing workshops since last year. My first one was actually through IRF on Indigenous Peoples Day, which was a lot of fun. And then from there, I've kind of just branched out on my own and have been able to do a class through NCW Libraries, as well as the Kashmir Museum, which was a lot of fun. But it's been a lot of fun to share knowledge with people and kind of have that sense of community. I think it's really important to share this kind of art form with people, to have them understand like how important art can be for your mental health, as well as for cultural purposes. I think it's been a great way to reconnect with my culture. It's something that I did not have exposure to as a child. So everything that I have learned is something that I've had to learn on my own. I did find out within the last year or so that my grandmother and one of my aunts and one of my uncles were all beaders as well. So it's kind of a special connection that I have, being able to do that, especially since they are no longer here and I didn't have an opportunity to spend much time with them growing up. It's a very special thing for me to be able to do. If you would have asked me like 5 years ago if I would have seen myself doing something like this, I would not have imagined it at all. I'm really grateful that I've been able to do things like this, because I think it also is a good way to inspire other people to possibly, learn more about their culture and their heritage. I also try to make sure when I do workshops that we hold specific amount of spaces for our BIPOC community. Because these classes tend to fill up pretty fast, I think it's important that everybody has a chance to try to get in and have an experience as well.
And finally, on this Thursday, firefighters with Chelan Fire and Rescue are contributing to wildfire control efforts down in California. The fire district that serves the city of Chelan and surrounding areas dispatched a unit under Captain Ty Zacher to help out in California, which has suffered from wildfires burning nearly 1 million acres. So far this year, those fires have destroyed 1,400 structures and killed 1 person. That's the news, a quarter after the hour. The news with Grant Olson in the anchor chair, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight, 5, 6, and 10 on television. If that doesn't work in your schedule, it'll be up and running on the World Wide Web. Our news right around 5 o'clock on our homepage, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. If there's something out there that you think is newsworthy, we'd love to hear from you. Get a hold of us. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. The Mariners are down to their last 3 games of the regular season. They need to keep winning. They have been lately. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Another fall sports season is upon us. Yes, we'll be talking about Eastmont football, but also volleyball and girls soccer. Be sure and join us for the Eastmont Wildcats all season long right here on the NCW Life channel, your local TV station.
Coverage is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
"18 minutes after the hour, Julio Rodriguez had a home run. Mitch Garver had a home run. Houston committed 5 errors. You add all that up, it's an 8-1 victory over the Astros yesterday. Seattle winning for the 5th time in 7 games. Are trying to rally into an American League wild card position. I'll let you know where they stand after you watch the highlights.
Out ball into center field is going to be down for a hit, being waved around Singleton. Julio Rodriguez, a strong throw, and it gets by Cal Raleigh and to the backstop. Singleton sits down at home plate after he slides home safely, and the Astros on the board 1-0.
GP, third base coach, getting aggressive, sending John, testing the defense. Another clutch swing from Caratini with the guy in scoring position.
Down the line, this is a fair ball into left field. The Mariners are taking the lead. Dylan Moore in. Robles scores as well. Justin Turner has put the Mariners in front with 2 outs in the 6th inning.
I just adore this guy's approach. Coming in on his hands, he doesn't try to lose this ball, doesn't try to do too much.
Out to left field, and this is into the Crawford boxes. They giveth and they taketh, and this time Mitch Garver takes full advantage. A big add-on run for the Mariners right away. Here the 7th inning, it's 3-1.
Glad to see it for Mitch. We were wondering kind of why he wasn't doing the catching. We've seen him catching George Kirby.
On the ground, here comes JP, throw home, it's wide of the plate. JP Crawford scores, it's 4-1 Mariners. Robles into first.
This is the benefit that
3-2. Big bouncer, it finds Whitcomb again. He throws low and it's not handled by Singleton. Robles this is in to score. Oh, my goodness. What a nightmare for the Astros this inning over on the hot corner.
I was just thinking to myself, 3-2 with 2 outs. So the runners are going on the pitch. So Whitcomb has no play to be able to step on third because the runner is running right in front of him. But Singleton.
Up the middle, and it's off the glove of Kessinger into center field. Dylan Moore comes around to score. Here's a throw to second. Robles slides in. He's safe. Another add-on run for the Mariners. And there are some 3-2. Out to left field. This is, well, let's see. Wow, that went over the line. It's a home run. That ball was squared up, tagged, and gone. Number 20 for Julio Rodriguez. Just the second player in Major League history to go 20-20 in each of his first 3 seasons. Popped up. Shallow right field. Rivas makes the catch for out number 3.
So here we are. Here's your breakdown. Not a lot has changed from yesterday. The best teams that are in position to make the playoffs that aren't in yet are the Royals, the Tigers, the Mets, and the Diamondbacks. What has to happen? The Mariners pretty much have to sweep Oakland this weekend. They have a 3-game series against the Athletics at home, and they have to hope the Royals and the Tigers lose out. It's not mathematically impossible, but it still doesn't look real good. All right, to the prep volleyball schedule we go in Big 9 action. It's Eisenhower at Wenatchee at 7. Also at 7, Eastmont welcomes West Valley, and Davis will take on Sunnyside in volleyball. CWAC volleyball action. It is Quincy and Ellensburg, Toppenish Grandview. Sealer travels to East Valley, and Ephrata is at Prosser. For the smaller schools, a whole bunch of volleyball tonight, including Tenasket and Chelan, Brewster at Cascade. Well, you know all that. Kiona Benton will take on Cashmere, Lake Roosevelt, Liberty Bell. So take a look at your favorite high school and check out some volleyball tonight. Lots of soccer going on as well. Moses Lake has a non-leaguer against Ephrata, not a long bus trip there. Also, Cashmere will host Kiona Benton. It's Quincy against Cascade, East Valley, Othello, Pateros, Manson, Orville on down the line in prep soccer. The ratings percentage indexes are out for the first time this fall from the WIAA. The teams in the top 10 in football. In 4A, Moses Lake is a 7th-ranked team. In 1A, Royal is number 9, Cashmere is number 10. These two teams will play each other in Cashmere 1 week from tomorrow. We'll have that for you. Number 1 in 2B is defending state champion Okanagan. In volleyball, the defending state champion Wenatchee, number 1. In the 4A RPI, number 2 in 2A, Ellensburg is number 2. In 1A, Chelan is ranked number 2. Cashmere number 4. In 2B, Tenasket is ranked number 2. And Manson is ranked number 6. And in 1B, so Blake. And finally, the RPI rankings in soccer, Wenatchee, number 4. They're playing good. Cashmere checks in at number 6 in the 1A, and they combine the 1B and 2B RPIs, and that puts Tenasket at number 6. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Ironically enough, the same guys who came up with National Talk Like a Pirate Day, which was a couple of days ago, and I ignored it because I can't stand it for the obscure holiday. The same guys who came up with National Talk Like a Pirate Day came up with National Pancake Day. It was originally National Lumberjack Day, which meant they were going to sit around, dress up like lumberjacks, and eat pancakes all day. Well, they got real tired of the lumberjack outfit, so they decided to just eat pancakes all day, and thus National Pancake Day was born on this day, the 26th day of September. Vanilla cinnamon pancakes, pancakes with butter and maple syrup is the tradition there. Love that real maple syrup, you gotta have that. Peanut butter pancakes, peach pancakes, just plain pancakes. And who's kidding who? They'll fill you up. You can go a long way with a belly full of pancakes, especially the ones they serve with the wild huckleberry. Those things are big. Today in history at 24 minutes after the hour. 64 years ago today at the studios of WBBM-TV in Chicago, the very first televised debate takes place between Richard Nixon and John Kennedy. Nixon refused makeup for the first debate, and he had to shave like twice a day, so his beard showed rather prominently. Of course, it was black and white television screens. And of course, they had super hot lights, and Nixon started sweating. His light gray suit faded into the background. He seemed, when it was all said and done, and the debate was over, his mom called him. Richard Nixon's mom called him and said, "Honey, are you sick?" He wasn't sick. He just refused makeup for the second debate, he got smart and did the makeup. September 26, 1969, 55 years ago today, Abbey Road, the last recorded album by the Beatles, is released during the Get Back sessions in January and February 1969. Things really fell apart. A lot of acrimony between the group. It looked like it was all over, and finally they decided if we're going to break up, let's at least break up with one more really good album. And they got back together in the summer of '69 to record Abbey Road, which hit record stores on this date 55 years ago today, and a lot of people think it's one of their best. The event that I'm going to describe here wasn't made public until 1998. It actually happened on this date in 1983, 41 years ago, and this is the guy who probably saved everybody's lives. Stanislav Petrov, on this date, is working at the command center for the nuclear early warning system when the system reported that a missile had been launched from the United States, followed by 5 more missiles. Now, this was 1983. Relations between the Soviet Union and the United States was about as bad as it ever was getting right there. These two superpowers just did not like each other. Well, Petrov decided to disobey orders. They were supposed to, do a large-scale nuclear counterattack, and he said, this probably ain't right. For one thing, the software was brand new, and he didn't think the launch detective system that the Soviets had was reliable. And number two, he said, if the U.S. was going to do a first strike, they'd shoot a lot more than 5 missiles towards the Soviet Union. He said, it doesn't make any sense. So he decided not to follow protocol. There was no Soviet counterattack because there wasn't an American attack. But boy, things were awfully close. That happened in 1983, but we didn't know about it until 1998. Finally, 41 years ago today, Australia 2 wins the 25th America's Cup, ending the New York Yacht Club's 132-year domination of the race. They raced it every 4 years for 132 years and had never lost until this date in 1983. Birthdays. Johnny Appleseed. His real name is John Chapman. Nobody really knows what he looks like. That's the best we can do. He was born in the state in 1774. He was actually a legend in his own time, which doesn't really happen. He actually introduced apple trees to Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and southern Canada, and West Virginia. And so we have Johnny Appleseed to thank for the popularity of apples because he went out and planted them all over the place. Thanks, Johnny, born in the state in 1774. Happy birthday to Ivan Pavlov, the Russian psychologist and physician, the man who came up with the idea of conditioned reflex. And it works on me. I mean, you saw that photo of the pancakes, and now I want to have pancakes. Ivan Pavlov, born in the state in 1849. One more heavenly birthday, the great Marty Robbins, born in the state in 1925, 99 years ago today. Thank goodness we still got the music. I have a number of friends who are huge fans of Marty Robbins, and I'm one of them as well. He died in 1982 at the age of 57. And the highest earning female athlete of all time, Serena Williams, won more in competing tennis, won more money than any female tennis player ever, any female athlete ever. She's 42 years old today, and it helps when you have 23 Grand Slam titles. That will get you there. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. We're going to start seeing temperatures dipping down into the 40s. That means your air conditioner is going to switch over to your heater. Is it ready? If it isn't, give Alpine Air a call. Still to come, an opinion from Mad Dog McNaughty, autumn gardening tips with Bonnie Orr, plus Samantha, the general manager of Omi Gardens. That's coming up. But first things first, Joy the dog needs a home. It's Pause for Pets.
Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I'm Carly with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I have with me Joy. Joy's our 3-year-old husky mix, probably, but she looks very pretty like a husky. Yeah, we've had her for about 2 months now, which is way too long for a girl as full of life, and Joy as our girl. Joy loves chasing her balls. We always have to have several of them on hand for her. Yes. And she loves walks and just kind of being with us and jumping around, and yeah, we're just full of life. Because Joy is a stray, we don't know about cats or really other dogs so much. Well, we do know that she can be selective with some of our dogs. She has some friends and she has some other dogs that she's not super fond of, but when she makes friends, they're her buddies forever. Joy knows how to sit, which is great. She loves treats. She's very treat motivated. And yeah, so we're really looking for a good home for her. We think maybe she would be a great hiking buddy because she's got a lot of energy. We don't know about kids. She might be a little much because she's a little bit jumpy, but we also think she's very trainable because she's so treat motivated. So I think she could probably learn that. She's just so full of life and loves her toys and having fun. She's a little party girl. So if you would like to come and meet Joy, we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 11:30 to 6, or you can make an appointment to meet her on Wednesdays. Yeah, we'd love you to come by.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, that lighted cross that overlooks Wenatchee in the south, you know, I kind of like it. I actually do. Though I do think if Jesus came back, he'd see that and go, my gosh, that's the last thing I wanted to see. You know, but this recent controversy with the cross supporters saying that they want these crosses to proclaim their faith in response to being persecuted is absolutely ridiculous. If Christians in this country are being subjected to any criticism, it's mainly because of our own self-righteous behavior. And I don't think the answer is to shove our faith in other people's faces, claiming that we're only standing up for our rights. Now, Jesus called us to be peacemakers. And when the Apostle Paul told us to live in peace with everybody, I don't think he meant to force our belief on others, which honestly is exactly what this cross is doing. So whether I like it or not really isn't the point, is it? This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
It might be sunny now, but fall is in the air, and we've got you covered here on the NCW Life channel. If it's Wenatchee Panther football, volleyball, or girls soccer, we've got you covered. So tune in to your local TV station, the NCW Life channel, for Wenatchee Panther sports.
Coverage is presented by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill.
Shake and bake on the lake at the Wapato Point Resort Pickleball Tournament October 4th through 6th. Registration is open to all ages and skill levels with a $10,000 purse for pro and senior pro categories. Check out the amenities of Wapato Point. Walk to wineries, breweries, and restaurants. Enjoy the beer and wine garden and more. Register to play today at mansonchamber.com. Shake and bake on the lake at the Wapato Point Resort Pickleball Tournament October 4th through 6th. Presented by 12 Tribes Lake Chelan Casino and the Manson Chamber of Commerce.
Flessenow is a small village in Germany, the heritage home to the Bruders family. Today, the Bruders family call Leavenworth home and make award-winning wines that celebrate the American dream. New Flessino Cellars has spectacular views anywhere around the property, so bring your friends to taste award-winning handcrafted wines and seasonal specialties. New Flessino is perfect for any celebration. From their family to yours, stop by this weekend and experience the charm for yourself.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Well, the autumnal equinox has come and gone. It was early Sunday morning, like 5:24 in the morning. I don't know. I slept in.
You were still asleep.
I was probably still asleep. It's autumn. Autumn is upon us, and we always do these on the equinoxes and the solstices. We visit with Bonnie Orr, our good friend, to let you know what you need to know as we transition from summer to autumn, because it's here. First of all, you look wunderbar as usual.
Thank you, thank you.
Do you not age? How does this work? Do you
Well,
sleep in a jar of formaldehyde?
I do.
Yeah?
Actually, I've been up here. I'm a friend of Omi Gardens,
Mhm.
and so I come up and weed, and that keeps me youthful.
I love this place.
Yeah.
I just love this place. And the new gal's working out. I call her the new gal. She's been here 4 years. Doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Doing a really, really good job. We always begin these conversations with the summer that was, and in a word, it was hot. It was a slightly warmer than normal June, Bonnie. It was a record-setting hot July. It was the 4th hottest July on record, with the average high temperature for the entire month at 95.3. That's insanely hot. Omak went over 100 degrees for 17 straight days. And then August was slightly warmer than normal. All things considered, the hits just keep on coming. We seem to talk about this every year at this time.
Well, I think that it's becoming droughtier and hotter. It's what is happening.
And speaking of droughting, here we go. As we tape this, it's 3.62 inches of rain so far this calendar year. Our normal is almost 5 inches of rain.
But we haven't hit that for like 4 years.
It's been a long, long time.
Yeah. Do you remember the days when we used to have 9 inches of precipitation a year in the early 2000s?
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
We're supposed to, normal at this time of the year is about 5 inches. We only got 3.62 inches, and normally for the calendar year, it's close to 8 inches. That whole normal thing is going to have to be adjusted by the National Weather Service because it's not normal anymore.
No. But
So,
who do we recognize normal?
no, we don't.
So we don't.
You and I are about the least two normal people I know. This is really funny. We started our conversation. Bonnie sent me the notes. I don't know if you can pick this up. She put tomatoes in red. Again, poor tomatoes.
Poor tomatoes.
Talk about that.
When it's over 85 and when it's under 60, tomatoes pout. And so the pollen dries up before the fruit sets. So we didn't have any fruit setting in July. And now the nights are in the 50s. So the tomatoes are sitting there going, oh.
It's been a long time since we had a good tomato year. With this being the new normal, hotter and drier summers, are there some folks who really love to grow tomatoes are just going to have to give it up because they're not doing it anymore?
Well, see, when we can't start it earlier in the season because again the nights are still too cool
And the soil
ground
temperature has
the
to
soil
be-
temperature is too cool. Yeah.
Sorry, tomato growers.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's always hydroponics, I suppose. Planting trees and shrubs. We've talked about this. This is the time of year to plant your tree.
Absolutely. And because the ground will stay in up to 40 until the middle of November. And as long as the ground is at least 40, the roots will grow. And it doesn't have to worry about being too hot like in the summer, so there's not any wilting. It really is the perfect time.
When you buy a baby plant of any kind at any of the local nurseries, it usually has instructions on how to plant it so it lives. Is that the same way with trees when you buy a small starter tree?
When you buy a tree or a large shrub, the new practice is to wash all of the soil off the roots and lay them out and then make a huge hole. Do not put any other soil in and any other foreign soil, and then just put it back. But unraveling the roots is really important.
So that's been a new train of thought for a few years now, right?
For about 10 or 12 years, yeah.
Is that because you could be importing soil from Kansas into your
Well, it's not just
backyard?
that, but different types of soils. Water does not move through different types of soil. So you make a swimming pool.
Yeah, and well, swimming pools are great, but
not for
your
plants.
trees. Transplanting, another thing that you need to do this time of the year.
That's right. That's right. This is the time again for the roots to be able to develop. It's the same thing with bulbs. You plant bulbs now because you want all the roots to grow until the ground cools, and so they're ready to vigorously bloom in the spring.
Next up, planting bulbs. You already talked about planting bulbs and perennials.
Yeah.
Also, same philosophy.
Same philosophy. Yeah, yeah. And this is the time also to remember the things that you really didn't want to deal with again. I always call it, and I never want to do this again.
Yes.
And I have a swamp milkweed, and it has spread everywhere. Well, this is my fall opportunity to dig it out and get rid of it, because I don't want to deal with it in the spring. And if I wait till the spring, I'll go, oh, it looks pretty good. And then I'll be so sorry.
And once it gets a toehold and starts taking off, it's hard to stay ahead
That's
of it.
right. That's right.
It really is. We don't want that again. Weeding. You were here weeding when I pulled in.
That's right. That's right.
Everybody loves to weed, and by everybody, I mean nobody.
Except for the fact that that's one of the things you get to do as a friend of Omi Garden.
Right.
Get to be a weeder. Well, okay, so one of the great things about fall, the weather is cooler, the soil is moist. This is the time to weed, and when you weed, you get to not have to deal with it in the spring, because there's more interesting things to do in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the time to get rid of those perennial weeds. Okay.
And please get rid of the perennial weeds. Always do that.
like equisetum, morning glory, all those bad guys.
How's your compost pile doing? Are you getting ready to bust that baby out and get
That's
some work
right.
done?
This is the time to move compost into your flower beds. Absolutely, to integrate it into the soil.
Absolutely. Boy, you're just full of good stuff. Leaves. A couple of years ago, I have a big tree in my front yard. I didn't bother. I think what happened is it snowed. We had like a freaky early snow.
Remember that? Yes,
and it covered up the leaves, and I said, out of hell with it. And I wish I had, because it took my yard forever that spring to recover.
Well, okay, so one of the things is taking up the leaves, but you also want to use the leaves. You do not want to put them in black plastic bags and put them on the curb. What you want to do is you want to use them as mulch in your flower beds for a number of really important reasons. One, it enriches the soil. When I put leaves on my flower beds in the spring, there are no leaves because the worms have chewed them all up and taken all of the organic material into my flower beds, enriching my soil. But more than that, it's a place for beneficial insects to overwinter. And one of the things we do, we've developed this ethic about lawns. We grow hundreds of thousands of acres of lawn that we mow every year, and we fertilize and we spray and blah blah blah. And in the fall, we have this ethic of cleaning everything off, so it's so tidy. But unfortunately, by doing that, we destroy the places for beneficial insects to overwinter. And it's the insects and the larvae and the eggs. And of course, there'll be some bad guys in there too. But the beneficial insects, if they don't have to start from zero, will be able to take care of the bad guys. 5% bad guys, 90% good guys. So save seed pods and branches and weeds, and not weeds, leaves, okay? Because that's a place for them to overwinter.
Leaves as they are, regardless of size, or if they're big like maple tree leaves, you need to chew them up a little bit?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, but if you don't want to, don't chew them up.
That works for me. Mulching.
I know. See, yeah. I really believe that. Okay, and I've been able to successfully overwinter slightly tender plants like calla lilies by mulching, by putting down 8 inches of mulch on the ground, on the flower beds. And again, I'm making an insectary for beneficial insects.
And Bonnie, of course, for those of you who don't know, she grows a winter garden. You plant vegetables in October or so?
No, in August.
In August, and you cover them up with your straw?
And leaves, and
you don't have to do anything.
And harvest all winter long, and it's so wonderful.
Oh, the carrots are just unbelievably flavorful. Watering, obviously, cooler nights, shorter days, cooler temperatures. Back off, baby, right?
That's right. But also, the irrigation water goes off on the 11th of October, And so you probably want to make sure that your trees and shrubs have about 12 inches of a water profile, because who knows when the next precipitation's coming.
When they turn the irrigation ditch off, there's some people say, I'll just use my domestic water and hook up a sprinkler just to get it through in case we have another hot period? Or is it once the ditch is off, they just don't even bother anymore?
I think that most trees, even conifers, are wanting to go dormant. You know, they're wanting to settle down. Yeah,
let them go to sleep because they need it. A couple of things we need to talk about. Bonnie does this. She's been doing this for years. She has plants that spend the spring, the summer, and the autumn outside, and they go inside for the winter. But when you bring those plants inside to winterize, sometimes they bring some guests along that you don't want.
That's right, and so you just have to watch very, very carefully. Yeah, and then use soapy water or whatever, but mostly just being observant, you know? Yeah.
Christmas cactus, stop watering.
Yeah, right now, okay, if you have a Christmas cactus, the things that promote a Christmas cactus to bloom for either Thanksgiving, a Thanksgiving cactus, or a Christmas cactus, what it wants to do is the fewer hours of light is one of the stimuluses for blooming, and the other stimulus is droughting.
Okay.
So you don't water it between now until you see the little buds develop.
Okay.
And then when you see the buds develop, you start watering again.
Let's talk about, Bonnie and I are huge fans of birds. We're both Auduboners, if there is such a thing. Our little furry feathered friends, they need help too this time of the year.
Oh, I don't think so. I think there's enough seeds,
You
insects.
think so?
Yeah.
They seem to be really active around my neighborhood lately. They seem to be all over the place. I don't know if this is the time where they start popping out and doing stuff.
Well, migration is still taking place, so birds are moving to winter homes southward. Okay, so they're probably tanking up on seeds and insects. Yeah.
What else do we need to know this time of the year?
What else do we? I had one other thing I was thinking about, and
how can you read your own handwriting? You should be a pharmacist.
Very funny. Okay, I'm finished.
Is that it? We're done?
We're done.
We're done.
But we're going to talk about what's happening at Omi Gardens.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Before I cut you loose, though, real quickly, Master Gardeners, it's enrollment time again. It's like the best $180 you're going to spend.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You want to talk about that real quick?
Yes. Okay. So going online, you apply online, and then there's a interview period in November, and then the classes are going to be on Friday mornings from January to April.
We're going to take a quick break. Who are we going to get when we come back?
So we're going to get Samantha Segalini, the director of the gardens.
Cool. Samantha's going to join us for a quick little thing that you need to know about Omi Gardens, the crown jewel in North Central Washington, when we come back.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether. We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous farmers market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
At Highline Homes, we know that kids can come home at any stage of life. Whether your kids are coming home or coming back home, we've got the perfect custom-built home solution for you and your family. Highline Homes has up to 100% financing packages available through our select lenders. View our many floor plans at highlinehomes.com or visit one of our model homes in Oregon, Washington, California, or Idaho. Then you're well on your way to building that perfect dream home for the next phase of your life.
Nice crib.
Nice crib. Highline Homes. On your lot, on time, built right.
Here we go. We're just talking to you. Don't worry about the cameras.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome back to the program. Somebody has to be in charge of this gorgeous bunch of acreage here on the north side of the Wenatchee Valley, Omi Gardens. And this is Samantha's job, and I think you dig it, because you got a certain vibe about you about this place, don't you?
I do dig it, yeah.
How did the gardens do this year, and especially in July, with all of that heat and all of that wind? Was it difficult for you and your amazing crew to keep ahead of the heat and the wind up here?
Thanks for asking, Dan. The gardens are still alive, and green is still our main color. July was hot and windy. Those 3 weeks of over 100 just kind of zapped this place. But we're surviving, and we're looking forward to the new planting opportunities for next year that this year's heat created.
How much stuff do you take out each year and add on a regular basis? Do you just walk around and say that probably needs to go and something else would work here? How does that whole aesthetic work?
I don't really know how it works, to be honest.
You just let Mother Nature do some stuff?
Yeah. I look for planting opportunities everywhere. And we did lose a couple trees this year. Planting opportunities open right up. When the watering doesn't hit it for a while and it takes us a minute to catch that, a new planting opportunity presents itself. I'm constantly adding, taking away. I don't take away unless it doesn't belong there, but we're mostly adding. We put in about an additional 1,000 plants every year.
When the Omis first did this, what, 100 years ago now?
Almost
100 years ago. Did they give you a pretty good template of because this was nothing.
Yeah.
This was nothing.
Nothing.
But they basically, the palette was there for this place to become what it became, didn't it?
It is, yeah. And the list of all of these plants that they had cataloged that they brought in from the Wenatchee National Forest, the Okanagan National Forest, and their original cactus were all from Arizona. The cactus that we have today are native Washington cactus, but we do stick to a pretty Washington National Forest list of plants, and it's fun. It's a good list.
You have a guest book.
Yeah.
What's the number one comment that you see in the guest book from people who maybe have never been here before and they come and visit and they write little notes in the guest book?
Oh, beautiful, so tranquil. Thank you for being here. Hard work. I couldn't imagine doing it. Those kind of things. And we have our guest books. If you've ever been up here, you can find our guest books still from the 1970s. Look up and find that signature that your parents or grandparents did when they visited.
This is not a one-woman show. You have a top-flight group of folks who keep this place as beautiful as possible. You have volunteers, or the Friends of Omi Gardens, but you also have the salaried employees who bust their butt.
Yes.
You want to give them some love?
Of course. Dalen Ingersoll has been working with us for almost 2 whole years now, and he has been really in charge of all of our water features and making sure that when a tree does blow down, that it gets cleaned back up. He makes sure that all of the stones are not wobbly and they're quite safe. And then I've always had interns every summer. Some come from colleges, some come from SkillSource. And it's just a lot of training them on weeds and how to care for plants and deadheading and how to create planting opportunities. And they work really hard through all the heat.
What do you got coming up? Gardens closes mid-October? Is that right?
October 15th.
October 15th,
Yeah.
which is the middle of October. What do people need to know if they haven't been up here yet? First of all, shame on you. What do they need to know between now and the 15th for some events going on, things
Yeah.
like that? You've been doing the movie series, which has been a huge success.
Yeah, there
What
are
else?
still 3 major events to come up and see. One of them, this Friday night, we're showing Disney's Elemental. It's a great family night to come spread out on the lower lawn and watch a movie. We have another movie on October 11th, which is The Dark Knight, and it's PG-13, so parents use your discretion bringing your children. And then finally, for adults 21 and up only, on October 4th, we do have one more comedy show. The last one did sell out, so get your tickets early.
And one last thing, and I need to mention this, the best deal in town, and it sounds like it's hyperbole, it isn't, is an Omi Garden Seasons Pass. It lasts you for a year. If you buy it on October 1st, it doesn't expire until October 1st of the next year. It's ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
And you can come and go as you please when the park is open.
That's right, yeah.
one adult single pass is $40. A couple's pass is $60, and a family pass, which gets everyone inside of your household in for $80 annually.
That's incredible. That's a great deal.
It is, yeah.
That's a
And
great
you
deal.
bring your guests up for just $5, so all of your friends that are coming with you, they save a couple bucks at the door.
Any work parties coming up? Anything with Make a Difference Day related that we need to know about for volunteers to come up and get this place ready for winter? Or you pretty much got it? I mean, usually you have something going on up here.
Usually there
on the
is
28th.
something for Make a Difference Day. This year's probably just going to be a big weed party.
Okay.
Just a...
I'll bring the Doritos.
Okay.
And we'll have a good time with that. All
there
right.
will be a snack bar.
Make a Difference Day is the 28th of October, I
October
believe.
28th.
So,
Yes. Some years it's cold and rainy. Some
Right.
years it is a gorgeous morning.
Yeah.
But I think we'll just come and we'll pull and bucket out as many weeds that we can.
Samantha, thank you for spending some time with us. I know you're busy.
Oh no, thank you for having me, Dan.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see you. If you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we'll be right back.
Well,
we're gonna have a big
we'll have
weed
a
party.
big
Oh my
weed
God.
party.
Yeah. We're gonna play some Cheech and Chong movies. We're gonna, you know, got some Allman Brothers. She meant pulling weeds, of course, not the other stuff, as you well know. All right, getting ready to do the weather forecast here, but first we have a couple of, in case you missed at the beginning of the show, we've had, of course, an unseasonably warm September, crazy warm September. We had 84 yesterday. It was almost a record high yesterday. 87, we almost got there. That wasn't really expected. But that 84-degree mark happened in the morning before noon because, of course, 12 noon and then into the 1 and 2 o'clock hour is when that cold front came in. Didn't really see those big, strong winds that they were anticipating in the Wenatchee Valley anyway. Other locations in our viewing area saw a lot of blowing dust and some significant rain. We did have some light rain and some gusty winds, but nothing really crazy. But everybody got a lot colder air. It was a cold front and a pretty robust cold front. Well, it's gone. It's out of here. It's like in eastern Montana by now, but it did usher in some pretty cool air. First things first, from the Climate Prediction Center, I wanted to show to you the slide for the long-term forecast for next week. This is temperature. Your temperature outlook for the first week in October. This is for Tuesday through Friday of next week. And as you can see, the Climate Prediction Center says things are going to be temperature-wise about normal. If you want heat, go down to the Four Corners. It's going to be really hot down there. But as far as temperatures here in north central Washington, the Pacific Northwest, they think they're going to be hovering right around normal. And as far as precipitation is concerned, yeah, pretty much just about normal. Now keep in mind, we are in a drought, a big time drought. We need to snap out of it. We need a good dosing of rain, and there is none at all in the forecast. I wish there was. A nice, cool, rainy day, bowl of chili, college football, baseball playoffs, I can do that, but that's not in the forecast. But if you like sunny and mild, you're going to love it. I'm about ready to show you right now, because here we go. Our normal high temperature this time of the year is 73. That's about where we're going to be today, with gobs of gooey good sunshine, about 74. 53 for the overnight low tonight. We do it again on Friday with a high of 76. Saturday is going to be the warm day of the weekend. Just a beautiful Saturday. Lots of sunshine, 77 degrees. I like that. 51 for the overnight low on Saturday night. Sunday, a little bit cooler. Another system will push through the area. It's going to bring us cooler temperatures, but that's all it's really going to do. A little breezy at times on Sunday. A very pleasant autumnal day with a high of 69 all over again on Monday. Lots of sunshine, no wind, high of 69. Then we warm right back up to 75 on Tuesday and a little cooler come Wednesday. And by the way, of course, Tuesday is October. Wow. Anyway, that's it for us. Have a good and safe Thursday. Start your weekend tomorrow morning, live and local at 7 a.m. Bye-bye.